Good morning and welcome to Judiciary. It's Thursday and we would be joining the Throwback Thursday hashtag by asking this question. What was the most outrageous lie that you believed as a child? Ladies?
Hello, me first.
Auntie, I.
Me first. If a man touched you, you will be pregnant. No,
every parent said that.
I believe
once
it. Oh.
Yeah, once you get your period.
I think I believed it to some point.
Gen Z.
No, like to some point. Like when I was much younger, but eventually I'm like, no, I won't.
The one that they will say it all the time. They say if your food falls to the ground, the devil has eaten it, so you can't eat it again. But that one I understand the logic.
Satan.
Plus Jesus, I understand that one because maybe it's just an hygiene thing.
Yeah.
So that you don't just keep eating food from the floor. But once as a child, I would still look at them like this. Like, when they thought, blow it. I eat my thing. Boom.
The one I believed for the longest time was when you jump over someone's leg, they'll give it to
A child that looks like you.
So I always did it to my younger siblings. Come on, will you jump back? What's wrong with you?
I jump back.
Are you serious?
Even when I was like in my teenage, not up to 20, but like when I was a teenager, I still did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
believed that
started
for a
to
long
jump
time.
back so that
I'll
you
say
won't have a
jump
child
back.
like that.
But then one of my younger cousins
the
was
science
like,
of that?
so if I jumped and you're asking me to jump back,
What's the...
isn't that like
And that you have
double
crossed
guarantee
it
that you give back?
No, that's like you have crossed it out. How about when they tell you, Ojora, Orura, Ekumbima, that's how we say it to you.
Yeah,
It's like a song.
So for me, it was rainbow.
It's raining.
What does it mean?
No, when there's rain and sunshine, they say a lion is giving birth somewhere.
Can you imagine?
Yes, no, for me, it was rainbow. It was rainbow. They said if the rainbow appears, that means a lion has given birth.
Never had the rainbow one.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's Gen Z one. The only one I knew about the rainbow was that if you can find the end of the rainbow, there's always
There's
a pot of gold.
at the end of the
Are you
Oh,
serious?
come on.
That's like, I think it's
There's a leprechaun and there's a pot of gold.
Yes.
You can get to the end of the rainbow. You can get the
I think that's an Irish folklore.
Yeah, it is.
Because they are the ones that have elves, leprechauns, gnomes.
But those things, maybe there's some part of it that are true, huh?
True.
Not the touching and getting pregnant. That one, we all
The
know.
gold at the end of the rainbow?
No,
It's
but the
believable.
gold- no, now.
But what I
Some.
would have expected Gen Z to even say is that, they were, since I was a child, they say children are the leaders of tomorrow.
Oh,
When is that tomorrow?
Oh boy.
no,
Since
I don't think the children are born yet.
well,
There's a book by, what's his name, a writer called Ngugi wa Thiong'o.
Wathiongo.
And it was called The Beautiful Ones
Are not yet born.
In Nigerian's case, the leaders of tomorrow.
I'm not yet, but that's what I said. The children are not born yet.
isn't that a depressing thought, though?
Honestly.
That the leaders of tomorrow, or Nigeria's leaders of tomorrow are not yet born.
Are not yet born.
No.
No,
But it's
that's
more of the
food
same.
for thought, really.
Yeah.
So
It's a really-
but weird question. Have any of these things maybe coincidentally happened?
That's what I'm saying. Especially that lion giving birth.
Before we
Lion
answer
giving
that
birth.
question, we're going to go on a short, quick break. Everybody will get a chance to think about it, and then we'll be
Return.
right back.
All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Judiciary. Of course, we're streaming on all our social media platforms, so please feel free to join us and engage with us so that we know that you're right there for us. So, ladies, someone should help me here. You all know that if your child is crying,
Yeah.
you will not be able to sleep. And the baffling thing right now is that I heard, I think on Monday,
Yes,
it was like coming back from the weekend, washed down. When I heard that a shiny new present, our dear president, has acquired it's a brand, it's a beautiful brand.
Yes.
It's the new Airbus A330.
Yeah.
A new presidential jet, in the midst of everything that is happening. It costs, speculatively, should I say speculatively, about 150, is it $1 million?
Billion naira.
Billion naira. Billion naira. And I think that this is the first time in my life that I would know that I can truly say that I feel the impact of the economic crisis that we are all going through in Nigeria. I do not even, my own is not like questioning the buying of the jet. The timing of it is the most crucial of all the questions I could ever ask at this time.
Yeah.
Even, do you know that even if they did get this, do you know sometimes they need to keep some things under wraps?
Yeah.
Just to be sensitive.
Well,
Am I thinking out of turn?
Well, so regarding that, right, I know that I did see somewhere that every Nigerian has, I'm trying to remember the name, is it Right to Information?
Yes.
There's an act,
Yes.
Right to Information Act, that so whether or not they ask, you are supposed to give that information.
Oh, are you kidding me?
But this, yes.
So like they give you all the information that we have been asking them
exactly.
every
So
other time.
it's
So they
like-
choose the one they want to, the act to work on.
It's more
and
like they're selectively giving the information. And in this case, it's not even about giving the information. It's more like rubbing it in the faces of the people. Because I saw the videos that Bayo Ononuga took. It was more like a mini tour of the jet.
plane.
And then the defense was that, okay, was it a year ago or some time ago, they raised the concern that it's of security, the president is at security risk because something happened in Saudi Arabia that, you know, almost put his life at risk. And now he's launching the new one in France. Right now, it's like we're crying over spilled milk, though, because this was purchased last month. And they even said that it's far below the market price.
And that's where I even want to question.
Sorry, Lolo, if you don't mind.
No, please.
When we talk about these things, I think we've mentioned a lot about the figures, the bad government, the 150 billion naira. These figures fly over people's heads. If we don't bring it down to, I keep saying, brass tacks, there is no plane on the planet that costs less than $3 million, first of all. So if we're thinking about, like, let's say, I don't know, our commercial airliners. I mean, the costs of planes, they sort of differ based on maybe the type, what you're going to use it for, the size of the engine, all those kinds of things. So your 737, the Boeing 37s that we all fly, or the, I don't know, Airbuses, how much do you think they cost? 80 million, 150 million, 130 million?
Million, not even
million dollars. The private jets, they are also in classes and categories. So you've got your light jets, you've got your mid-sized jets, things like maybe like a Bombardier Challenger, for instance. That's like $9 million to $25 million. The jet that our president bought is not in the first, second, third, or fourth class. It's the highest class of jets. No. They're called VIP airliners. And the least you can get one of those is $80 million. His plane cost $200 million. It is not $100 million, $200 million. And that was a Tokumbo version. This plane has an office. It's got ensuite bedrooms. It has a dining room. It's got a conference room. And inside his plane, they've got economy and business class.
So apparently
plane.
This is not even a new jet. This one that they purchased.
It's a Tokumbo jet.
And it costs that much.
But very quickly, before we continue, Catherine wants to say something. But this is a very interesting conversation, and we would really love to hear your thought on it. So our phone lines are open. Yay! And you can call the numbers, which will be displayed on your screen very shortly. Catherine, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, Adi, I hear you. But for now, I'm leaning on the premise set by Lolo. This is insensitive to Nigerians. Punto. It's end of discussion. Let's call it what it is. While we know that the president's security is supreme, but guys, have you seen the fuel queues? Fuel stations are selling petrol for 950 naira. The only petrol station that's selling at 500 and something is the NNPC, I think. The others are between 800. It's when you are desperate. Look at the queues. It's between 800 and 950. That's not the issue here. How can you say, okay, Nigerians will be all right? Last, wow.
Exactly. But last, I'm all right.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Okay, yes.
And this is without sentiment. This is not emotional. This is not sentimental.
But
this is reality.
Here's my thing. Do we know why the fuel prices keep going up? Right now, everybody talks about the subsidy, but we, the regular Nigerians, do we know why?
Annie, as it is now, we don't.
No, we need to know why.
No, I'm understanding. Listen,
let me explain why we need to care.
We are not. Why I say that we don't care is that whatever bottlenecks that they're facing between the depots and between the people coming to take the fuel and all that, these are internal wranglings that can be resolved.
It's not
it has
internal
nothing to do with the average Nigerian.
No, it does.
So
it actually does. And if we don't have the information, we would know. But we have to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll share some of the facts that we found out.
Why? Welcome back. You're still watching Judiciary, and we're live on all our social media platforms. The ladies are seated and we're engaged in this conversation. Conversation about what? Our dear president decided to get a shiny new toy. He purchased a jet. And the interesting part was that he purchased this without the approval of the National Assembly. Now, does this undermine transparency in government? Anyway, before the break, Annie and I were, we delved, I think we meandered into the fuels scarcity situation, saying that this is insensitive of the government to take two fingers and put in the eyes of Nigerians who are already battling with so much.
Yeah. So if you brought up the fuel story, and we were talking about why, because you said that we don't care why fuel is expensive. We just need it to not be. And I feel like if we don't know why a thing is happening, you really honestly cannot fix it. So, how many of us, I think this is like public knowledge, Owando belongs to Tinubu and his family.
Wow.
Yes? Owando is owned by Tinubu and his family. Now, how many of us know that recently NNPC purchased all 380 filling stations, Owando filling stations, for 140 plus billion naira? Now, we've got a caller. We've got a caller. We'll get back to that.
Godwin from Lagos, good morning. Can you hear us?
Yes, good morning. I can hear you.
Good morning. What's your thought?
Okay, two things. I want to relate the current situation of the fuel crisis to your initial topic about the lie you believed while growing up. So I was just looking at the fuel station, and I remember while growing up, I was thinking, is this really real? Almost every year from primary 2, I was listening to the news. For crisis, we see people saying the same thing, government show F that will be no fuel, queues keep coming on the queue. But today, I am how many years now also on the queue. So I begin to wonder if that one is a lie or is just a reality. That is on the one hand. Then about the jet. Two things. In as much as I agree to the fact that if there's anything that's going to put the risk, put the life of the president at risk in terms of the current airplane having technical issues, that is understandable. However, if the transparency of getting another new jet or a Tokumbo jet, as you say, if it is not transparent enough and if it is not approved by the Senate, that is the problem. Then we'll talk about the cost. Then what happens to the one that it claims to have had this issue of technical issue? Are they selling it off so that we can recoup some money and put it back into the coffers of the country? So for the fact that I'm hearing that it was not approved, just to tell us how bad and how impugn the executive is. So if they could get away with getting off buying a new jet without the approval of the Senate, then why do we have the Senate? Why do we have the legislation? So it's just quite unfortunate because, today I could have gone out, I've been on queue since looking for fuel. So this is not what we signed up for. So it's high time Nigerians, even the Labour Congress, these are the things that we expect them to come up and talk about. Not only minimum wage. It's not just to raise the minimum wage. Now they cannot come out because they put all their emphasis, all their energy on minimum wage. Now these are the things that really affect the people. Look at queues in the filling stations, prices of transportation, just a short distance. You did a documentary earlier about depreciation of naira. You can't buy anything with 60 naira. So these are the things that the NLC should be putting at the front corner, not only minimum wage. Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you very much. I mean, when I listen to when people comment, the hopelessness of the situation is obvious. Yeah. It's evident to see. We can sit on this table and talk about the semantics, all the numbers, but to the layman out there, The fact is that they do not feel as if they feel the pulse of the nation.
Yep.
Even if we're going to be told that a jet was bought. You know, there are ways, every day I question myself, are there professionals in the cabinet with him? PR is so big in government that they need to focus on it as a government, because if you're going to be doing bad things, then you need people that would sell it to the people and not make it look that bad, because it's possible to do, even if you want to lie. But this is a country that has told us rats stole something, snakes swallowed things, monkey entered, rats ate things in the government house. So it shows that they do not have any respect for us as a people to even say that they owe us some kind of reasonable explanation.
Because it's a profits game.
So
my
my question again would be, and this is me playing the devil's advocate, what better way would they have passed down this information? The president's life is at risk. He almost maybe lost his life in Saudi Arabia, and because of that, they had to buy a new, not even a new jet, like a semi-new jet from a sheikh who used the jet as collateral. So in their defense, they're not even buying a new one. But the president has to change it because it's been used for 19 years. So what better way could that happen?
But I hear that the president, the Airbus, I mean, what do they call Air Force One? 34 years.
Yeah. It hasn't been changed for 34 years.
All right, I think we have a caller from Ibadan. Good morning.
So what's our own?
Samson, good morning.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, Samson. What's your thought?
Yes, I just want to make contribution on the issue of fuel scarcity. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, on the issue of fuel scarcity, the problem is if we don't fix our local refinery, we cannot move forward. And again, the issue of pegging dollar to 800 naira for Dangote and not giving him enough barrel, because he needs 650,000 barrels per day and they are both 450. So if he was eventually given from October 1st, he still has to import, and we still have to buy PMS at the top price of 500 naira or even more. That thing is to peg, that now is to pay to federal government, that the dollar is to pay in naira, to peg it at 600 or 650. That is when it can barely sell for 250 or 300, because he is a decent man. So he needs money. The only thing to make competition with him so that price can come down is for us to fix our refinery. Now they have given us September. Now let us hope that will come up September. If not, once Dangote is giving the 450,000 barrels, which will not be enough to run his refinery, he still has to import around 300 again. I mean 200,000. So that means we cannot buy lower than this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Samson from Ibadan.
Yes, so Blessings, you just asked a question about the president's safety.
And I saw your face. You were literally trying to calculate your answer.
How many of us, just randomly, and before we left, you and I were talking about Air Force One.
Yeah.
It's the official plane of the President of the United States of America. They haven't changed it in 34 years. In 34 years.
Is it not part of the problem? The problem is second-hand issues, not part of our problem. If we want to say we want to save ourselves in the long run, and we have good thinkers in the house, and you buy something that is good, that can be durable for 100 years, there are some things that you don't really need to change because they go out of fashion. You can upgrade a plane. You can change the interior. You can do so many upgrades to it. Now this one that they told us they bought second-hand from some sheikh, in another 5 years they'll tell us, oh, it's malfunctioning somewhere, the maintenance was hard. These are things that before they make such purchases, we have engineers in the country. Did they send some of them to verify this plane and say, or is it because of the precarious, things they auction off the market, they might think, oh, we're getting a good deal. There are some cars you buy.
Yeah, but then again, if they had bought a new one, what do you think Nigerians' perspective would have been towards
It's not even about buying. It's the timing that I would never agree with. It's the timing.
I think that we have a bad maintenance culture, again, in Nigeria.
That's been established.
Follow come. It's part of our nature.
Yeah.
It's our culture.
But you see this timing thing. No one's saying don't do what you need to do. But like Lolo says, PR it. It's timing.
No, let me explain that PR thing.
Ça perd le goût.
Sorry, before we go, I think we have a caller. Ayo from Lagos, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Morning. Go ahead, Ayo.
Well, I really appreciate all what we are discussing this morning. You see, the country we are, it's like our leaders does not count anybody in this country as somebody that they need to be given report to. So many things are so wrong in this country. How can people be suffering and the president will be telling us that he's dying a debt of 150 billion naira? It's wrong. These people see us as fools. These people are seeing us as the Nigerians. They can adapt to anything. We can adapt to any situation. If we can adapt to any situation, we are keeping calm. It's not that we don't know what to do. It's not that some of us don't know what to do. It's not that the elderly ones don't know what to do. But if they push the Nigerians to the wall, they will see the other side of Nigeria and they won't be able to cope with it. They need to rise up and tell us what is really going on in the petroleum section. You can't tell us we have refineries and you can't go up there or you can't stand up from where you are. We have so many leaders, right down to the roots, to the grassroots. The time they wanted to handle this protest, we saw how people, you called the Obas, you called the religious leaders, you called so many people in order to tackle this issue. But now we are facing crisis of petroleum. Why can't you call these same people to see what you can do on this issue?
Ayo, quickly before you go, I want to ask, when the protest was, they wanted to have a protest in the month of August, was it something you agreed with or did you join?
Yes, I joined it 100%. I joined the protest 100%. See, my sister, we are still taking peace. It's because we are still able to see something to put in the mouth. It's because some of us are still seeing black market to buy. A point will come, we all will not see anything to do it in. And these people will take us as we are the second generation slave. It's not done that way. Things are not done that way. They should give the Nigerians respect. If you are using our tax for so many things, you should give us respect. That we are not at the upper chamber does not mean we don't know what to do. These people are not seeing us, they are not taking us serious. And I want to plead with the NLC. NLC should stick to this issue. If they are not ready to do the refinery, let them grant the nation. No tax should go in, no tax should come out. That's just the simple truth. Let us be hungry. The food that they think that they store in their various houses is finished. And let us see who will sell to them from the market. Some of us, we can fast, though, if they don't know. Let them continue. It's wrong. They are taking us for food. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ayo. Before we continue the conversation, we'll go on a short break, another short break, and when we come back, the conversation still continues. Don't forget our phone lines are open, so get ready to share your thoughts. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Honestly, it's still Judiciary, and we are discussing the tough times that we're facing in Nigeria, and we're focusing on the newly acquired presidential jet by our president, and of course, that one has devolved into the discussion of the fuel scarcity situation. Before we went, we told you that our phone lines are open, so please make good use of it. Call, let us know what your thoughts are on this particular topic that we're discussing. You know, when Ayo was talking before we went on the break, I was like, if we talk refinery again, I'll be looking
you
for...
You want to talk refinery?
I'm too angry for us to discuss it because since I was a child, I would not lie to you.
They've been fixing those refineries.
Yes.
Ajaokuta,
it was in history books.
Thank you. Ajaokuta steel mill.
Yeah.
We had Eleme. We just heard it.
Can I blow your mind? Can I blow your mind? A little bit, just a little bit. Do you know how much has been spent in the fixing of these refineries over the years?
We have a
Let's think
caller
on that question, but we have Chidera from
there.
Benin joining us. Chidera, good morning. What's your thought?
Yeah, my comment on this is the actual reason of the president buying the jet. Like, after the protest, we need to protest this month with the youth of Nigeria. about the hardship, the economy. And all he has to do is just go and buy it. That means he's calling us stupid, or what we are saying is not his business indirectly. It's very, very bad. For crying out loud, we are passing through a lot. Many people cannot even eat. Many people cannot even buy things. People are really suffering. So all he has to do is just go and buy it. What's the jet for? It's very, very bad. Seriously, it hurts me a lot. At least being a young citizen of Nigeria, I'm not even benefiting anything from the government. Nothing at all, not even a job. A good paying job, as an undergraduate for that matter. So it's very, very bad. I don't know if he has good advice at all that talks to him. So the president should work on himself, please. Because if they should go on another process, it's not going to be fun. If they used to come out for another process, it's not going to be fun any longer.
Thank you, Chidera.
Thank you so much.
Before we deviate, I was liking what Annie was saying initially about the NNPC and the Owando situation. Maybe we should move in that direction a little for more knowledge.
There's a couple of things. I think that, I feel like we know this, we should know this. It came out allegedly, there's still a subsidy. Even though our president removed the fuel subsidy, I don't know if you know that, it's an unknown subsidy because NNPC is currently in debt to about $6 billion. $6 billion. The country claims, or the federal government claims, that they spend $600 million, allegedly, on fuel importation every month. So that tells you that there's a subsidy. For us to be in debt to that tune, there is a subsidy. Now the question is, where does the subsidy go? Because these subsidies are still being paid to Owando, to Matrix. They are being paid to, what's the name of this? Anyway, there's a bunch of them. So the money is going into the pockets of the people who have positioned the oil and gas sector to be their personal ATMs or their personal oil wells. Because like I was saying, all of Owando's filling stations have been bought by NNPC. I mean, 140 billion, that's 300 million naira per station.
No, let me go to Jesse
Per station.
Let me add this. So Jesse Mommy told us that they had to give us information. How come this information, as crucial as NNPC buying these things?
Nobody knows.
Because, well, it's going to make you see them in a different light. Let's be honest. That's why I said that there's
my Lord, we have a caller.
Ayodele from Ikorodu, I think.
A lot of Ayos are on us.
Ayo, welcome to Judiciary.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, please, sorry. I just have a brief contribution to make. And I must commend you, ladies. You are doing a great job there.
Thank you.
You see, the point is that Tinubu himself, of your presenters, or most of the people you invite on your, what is it called? The breakfast.
Breakfast Central.
Yes, this you have in the morning. There's a man there that is always saying that Tinubu doesn't have respect for Nigerians, and it is true. That's number one. Number two, he's not voted for. You understand? I really don't want to go political because I'm not a political person. He's not voted for, so he knows what he's doing. People say he doesn't know anything, that people around him are controlling him. That's a big lie. Tinubu watches TV. His family watches TV. He knows what is happening. He's a dictator. When he was ruling in Lagos, he dictated for people. He's a dictator. That's what he's known for. All this money, when they tell him, make I go and working, he's not here. He's doing what he wants to do. He just wants to get there and grab what he wants to grab. And this is the rest. You understand? Before he goes. That's all I just want to say. There's no food. There's nothing. Virtually everything is bad in Nigeria. Yeah. So what are we talking about? And it's widely explained right now. Is that what we need? We don't need it. But it's not listening to you because it doesn't have respect, doesn't care. You understand? Good morning, Nigeria. God bless everyone.
Thank you
so much, Ayodele. I genuinely feel the passion in her voice.
And the pain.
Yes, and she was referring to Breakfast Central show that airs at 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And also, Oge always does say that the president does not have respect for Nigerians.
But they've said it here.
It's not fair.
He can
on the
afford
show
not to have respect.
It is see finish.
We said it before. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. One of the illusions of power is money. Money gives you access. This man has more money than people can even imagine.
I said there was a country. Say too, we can be still here. We don't know that Nigeria does not even belong to anybody.
It's
my
very
question,
possible.
and I keep saying it: if there were no citizens, who would you preside over? The citizens have the power. You need the citizens to be a president of any country, and that's what gives the citizens power.
While everybody can keep blaming the country, the president, and our leadership, How about we people that take it?
Thank you.
How about we? Every time we're talking about change, I keep telling people that that change we all want must start with one person who is willing to do it.
Yeah.
So we keep talking, we'll be on this table. Do you know that since I was a child, they keep saying vision. When I was a child, we used to have this vision.
Vision 2020.
It was like, when I was a child, it was like,
2020.
wow.
It's
a long time.
And here we are.
I am here now. And the vision has been ahead.
And
so
I think that we also need
we people not, I don't think Nigerians are yet at that point.
I think
we have a caller. Good morning.
Stephen, good morning. Welcome to Judiciary.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to make my input on this discussion. I really like what you guys are doing. Honestly speaking, the country is necessary pigments, and everybody can know that. It's very unfortunate that we have people in government that doesn't really care about the public. That is the fact. If you look at it, aspects of the government, these people really don't understand human life, how human life is being behaved, how human life is being cared for. These are people who claim that they have made money and they want to serve the public. And so they have made money, want to serve the public, and they want to better this nation. They don't spend money the way they are doing. What they are usually doing is what they just want to make life easy for them, make life difficult for the people they claim to serve. And if you look at yesterday, I went to buy fuel at the filling station. What I want to tell you experience I passed through yesterday. When we got to the NP filling station, after passing through the queue of hours, got to the point where to buy. They said their periods are not working. None of them is working. What they try to do is that they set up a periods person, an extra periods person in the filling station, and every person who's coming to buy fuel is to collect money from the periods. I bought 15,000 fuel. I paid extra 300 naira. So intentionally, they are trying to exploit the public, the mess they have caused us. The fact that President will claim that he has made money and he bought himself there, he spent all the money to get to the power. Would have expected the president who is compassionate to make sacrifices. And the means of the mess he has created in Nigeria is continually going ahead to spend money lavishly. Why the people he claims to serve are going down every day. Every day. I have been in this country, I've followed this country for a long time, and people believe that Nigeria is going to be better, Nigeria is going to be better. But it is very obvious reason that Nigeria is not getting better, while Nigeria is getting worse.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephen. Stephen from Abuja. Now, I also want to highlight something. Now, you have mentioned that beyond... Lolo, I'm not the one that offended you. You know, you said something about instead of blaming the president, you know, we should look inwards. But then again, we have to know where to channel our anger, because it's like we have forgotten that the president alone is not the government, right? How has he become so independent that he's even purchasing a jet for himself or his cabinet, whatever, independent of the National Assembly's approval? That's something we need to look at.
Where are the legislators?
Where is everybody?
Where are the legislators?
They are busy collecting
Where
their
are the
allowances.
legislators?
Who amongst them is pushing to say that this should not have been done?
No, they
So are we the commoners? Are we the ones that will go and tell the National Assembly that, oh, they didn't get your approval? And you guys didn't say anything?
You guys are talking about government. You're talking... These people are playing chess, and we're playing, I don't know what, badminton. Nigeria is not a country, it's a company. When you're dealing with a country, you think development. When you're dealing with a country, development. When you're dealing with a company, you think positioning for maximum profits. That's what Nigeria has always been. And that is why you can have a president or a government that can wantonly do whatever they want, and they know nobody's going to hold them accountable.
And let me add more problems to the table. Tribune, recently they just increased the fuel, the price of...
Passports. Yes. They hiked the fees, the passport fees.
Everything is going up.
Annie, I hear you, and that's why, whether we like it or not, Nigerians are taking to the streets in October, what they call, there's something called the Fearless
October protest or something.
That's it. So now, with the protests, you know, we've had contributors, scholars who've called from different parts of the country. We've asked them, did you participate in the protest? And they said yes. And with the fervor, the gusto with which they did, now they're deciding to take this to the next level called the Fearless Protest in October. It's 2 months away.
The last protest we did.
Let me now say.
The last protest we did. No, guys, let's stop this. We're talking about protest, to where? The last one that happened. What happened? People are still reeling from the effects of NSARS because they are in prison. Some of them have lost their lives.
But let's
we
be
can't
honest,
keep focusing on cutting down the branches or the fruits when the root is still deeply rooted in the ground.
So what I'm going to say to that is the change does not happen overnight, right? If we're complaining about protest and we still don't want to speak up, there has to be something. There has to be something.
I don't know if you knew. If there was a story. I don't know. I think we talked about it maybe yesterday or something, or we saw it yesterday. Something happened in Abuja, in Garki. There was an event center. They were given 48 hours notice to evacuate their premises that they have been in for years. Now, within the 48 hours, they went and found somewhere they could temporarily situate themselves. And in that short amount of time, it wasn't aliens, it wasn't frogs, it wasn't monkeys that came and destroyed the property away from there. It was Nigerians. It was Nigerians. So you talk about the change starts from us. We ourselves are the major problem. They can do this to us because we are just like them.
I wanted to start saying,
just like them. That was somebody's business built over years and time.
Let's go on a commercial break, guys. This is Judiciary, and we're discussing surviving Nigeria, going through tough times in Nigeria. Call it what you will. We'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Judiciary. We've been having a very engaging conversation. We've been taking some brilliant callers, sharing their opinions about what it feels like to be surviving Nigeria. The ladies and I have been having a very
But you know that when I'm looking at Annie's face, I like it when a pretty girl is.
You are just
vintage.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I'm angry. I'm angry because if you looked at the screen when they were showing the excerpts of people doing the protest, there was a woman there that she's probably older than my grandmother. That woman has no business being on the street. She could barely walk. She was being supported by someone. And that old woman was on the street because she cannot eat. In this country or with this company, do you know how much has been spent in fixing our refineries over the years? $25 billion. That is 3 trillion naira. That is 20,000 state-of-the-art primary schools in Nigeria. And that would be with the change. Let me explain what I'm saying. So with 3 trillion naira, you could have made Dangote's refinery, this refinery that he built for billions of dollars, and had 5 billion naira change. $5 billion change, sorry. That's 20,000 primary schools across Nigeria.
Every time I keep saying that we elect leaders.
We don't elect leaders.
We don't elect. People just choose themselves and they just go in the name of your local government or your state and they sit down. What are they? If the people do not call them sit down.
Okay, we have a caller. I'm going to say something regarding this, but we have a caller now. Good morning.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Please share your thoughts.
My take is simple and easy. We've been having banditry, kidnapping, all sorts. Just in the news that the monarch in Sokoto died in the hand of bandits somewhere in the north. And then we have this word capacity repeated every time. And nobody has been sacked for any of this. When will somebody sacked for all this? Say, okay, this is the ministry, this is the parastatal for Nigeria suffering this much. Please vacate the office for. Let's take over from him and see the person can put it in order. This refinery will work. They've been turning around. They've been repairing. The other lady said she went to Ethiopia. And they're still spending with billions of dollars till now. And they are not able to find a bottle of petrol for use. We have people queuing at the gas station for a whole day to buy 5,000 naira for 10,000 naira for.
It's not making sense. We're talking economic power. Everything has gone up. Without data that's supposed to last us 1 month, in 10 hours, the data for 1 month is gone.
All right, Omowa, if you can hear us, we sincerely apologize. The network is not making it easier for us to hear you. But thank you so much for calling in. And we're hoping that you can call in again when the network is better. But I know that I could make a little out of what he was saying about the fuel situation and how it has degenerated. Now, I want to quickly say something regarding the angle of electing leaders. I feel like, it's not even, it's no longer news that the voices of the people have been stifled. And you said something about the lawmakers, the judiciary. I remember vividly during the elections where people literally went out of their houses not just to vote. They stayed there to count the vote. And then when the votes were collated, the same thing was being repeated by the INEC chairman then. If you have a problem with it, go to court. If you have a problem with it, go to court. And now we're hearing that Tinubu has signed a bill to increase the judiciary salary to 300%. I don't have a problem with that. But you would now ask, what is the judiciary doing for the people? Are they working for the people or working for Tinubu? Because for him to be so passionately increasing their salary, like I said, I don't have a problem with that. They probably deserve it. But people would ask, what have they done for us?
But do you know that?
Because I'm a lawyer on this company.
Table, every time we talk about the judiciary, I keep talking. They're supposed to be impartial. But you see, Nigerians, we're emotional half of the time.
Yeah.
Court is not like, it's not like the judge, if it's the real way the judiciary should work, means that it's what you bring before the judge, they adjudicate on. Nigerians like making noise outside, but intelligent people gather evidence. Because by the time you are making noise, those perpetrators of those evils or whatever things they're stealing, they are doing it, and they are doing it very expertly and superiorly. But you are out there, you are making noise on social media. What is there you cannot defend? Let's even say that, okay, Lagos, we see a lot of people standing to watch the votes being counted, making sure. Across the country, Lagos alone, you saw that Lagos did not sway for them, for presidential.
Okay.
That's for you to know that if it was replicated everywhere else, maybe we will not have the outcome we have today.
But again, maybe let's not have a president who knew that he would be president before he became president.
Again, let's not forget that there were so many issues that were thrown out of court, even with evidence. We've seen evidence shifting around.
Court, it has to go into court first.
Okay, very quickly, ladies, we have a vox pop about the fuel scarcity situation. So let's take a look at this, and then we'll be back very quickly.
Because of this fuel, then I went home because I was there before. There was no place to park. Then I went home, coming back after one with the hope that by now the queue should have been reduced. But rather than, it's even getting worse. So what I now did, I now joined the queue since after one, this is after 3, if not to 4. You can see my front, the queue is still, I don't know if I will even get the fuel today. Well, I just walk in the morning. Because of this fuel, then I went home because I was there before. There was no place to park. Then I went home, coming back after one with the hope that by now the queue should have been reduced. But rather than, it's even getting worse. So what I now did, I now joined the queue since after one, this is after 3, if not to 4. You can see my front, the queue is still, I don't know if I will even get the fuel today.
Who affects gone? Kò síṣẹ́, kò sí anything. Epo yẹn gan ni problem wa. Epo bá ti wà, gbogbo nǹkan máa wà, oúnjẹ máa wà.
This morning I'm supposed to be in Aja, but because trying to get fuel and the traffic, the queue in the filling station isn't allowing me to get fuel and move the time I'm supposed to move. It's really affecting me. Since last week, I'm not able to do anything. Please let our government intervene. We have suffered too much.
Without the fuel in my car, I cannot go for my daily living and my daily business.
How long had you been waiting before you got fuel?
Over 2 hours.
And this is just today. I know that this happened over the weekend. Were you also queuing?
Yes.
How long?
More than an hour.
What do you do?
I'm a transporter.
Okay. So this clearly has affected your ability to do your work, even the amount of customers that you can get.
I haven't worked today at all.
You haven't worked today?
I haven't worked today.
So the day is gone?
Today is gone.
It is about 4-ish p.m. at the moment. So you haven't done any...
All right, so these are tough times that we've been discussing in Nigeria, and it's no secret that life has been lifing.
Do you know something? There was something that we missed out. The man in the KK, the one that was talking to him from the back.
KK.
No, did she say KK?
Go ahead.
Okay, so the guy in the KK now said he used to spend, I think, altogether, maybe how much thousand on filling his tank, and he has to fill his tank twice a day for him to do business for the entire day. Now I think he's filling it for almost 11, if I'm not mistaken. And he says, how much can he make from that? How much can he make from that? Because people don't even want to get in the KK because it's now too expensive.
All right, guys, I think this is where we have to exit the studio. Life has been lifing, like I said, and there seems not to be a respite in sight. Nigerians are struggling. The living situation is dire. People don't even eat 3 square meals anymore. It's crazier by the day. Unfortunately, this is where time has run out and left us in the studio on Judiciary on a Thursday. And our ladies, it's always a pleasure to be here every Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. with these beautiful ladies. Tomorrow is Hot Topic Special. We're leaving the studio for now. And as usual, we say take it easy. Please try and maintain your balance. Hold on to whatever it is that gives you anchor in these dire times. We don't go, we don't come off for you. Goodbye. Blessings into the same.